Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little head-to-head in can the club be the big difference, or is it down to the ability of the golfer? So a bad workman blames his tools, a bad golfer blames his clubs. So today I've got two different balls, a white and a yellow one, and I've also got two different clubs. I've got the Wilson Staff blade and I've got the Wilson Staff Dynapower iron, the big chunky forgiving iron. Now I have these 4 to pitching wedge, I have these 5 to pitching wedge, but take lofts into account, they're very similar. So I want to see what I can score over 3 holes, a par 4, par 5 and a par 3, and see if the club makes any difference or if it's all down to the golfer. So start with the 4 iron blade. So for this I'll use the white ball. Just recently on the channel, in fact the last video was a review of these blades, absolutely loved them, so no reason filming on the same day why this shouldn't go well. Right outside of the fairway. I did hit that one a little bit skinny, but it still went a great distance and actually came off really well. Now, big chunky 5 iron should go further. That has gone a mile and like the easiest thing I've ever hit. Like, I've reviewed those Dynapower irons in the past with Jeb, and the feel off them is superb. Like, the feel doesn't feel like a big chunky high handicap iron, and that went straight a long way, really high, just like a perfect tee shot. Okay, this is where the chunky irons come into their own. I've still got 191 yards to this pin. It's a 400 yard par 4. It's our hardest hole on our course, so I've hit that 4 iron about 205, which is not bad, but the 5 iron is about 30 yards in front of it. And that is the problem. Like, off these tight fairways, like long irons just panic me. Really hard to hit, and when it's a blade, even harder. Whereas in contrast, I'm hitting an 8 iron because I've got 161, so 34 yards further up, I'm now hitting an 8 iron in a chunky club as opposed to a 5 iron in a blade. Oh, I lost my balance a bit. Just lost my balance on that swing, so it's gone a bit out to the right, but even then the club saved me. So I am using my wedges from here on in because I'm trying to score the lowest I can. I'm just using the irons up until a point. Two very different putts coming up. One's very easy. So as we walk onto the green, yellow ball there, hopefully you can see it, was the Dynapower out the rough on the right, and that right there is because I had a better lie. Even though I hit the second shot atrocious, should get away with par here. That's bogey at best. Par with the blades. So 1 over with the Dynapower irons, which is actually a real shame. I just lost my balance on the second shot. I actually hit it pretty well. Par with the blades, where I had a horrendous second shot. So that there tells me one of 2 things. It's not all down to those clubs. It's this short game where scores are made. Okay, so this is a beast of a par 5 now. Quite a long par 5. It's all into the wind. If you can see my shirt blowing this way. So this is where I need control. This is where, you know, normally you'd hit drive or something like that, but I've only got what I've got. So I'm going to hit a 4-iron, and this is where I need to keep it low and punchy into the wind and not have it spin up and just deviate with the wind. Is this where the blades come into their own? Low ball flight, did rise a bit with the wind, but it's gone a pretty good distance. Now for this 5-iron. But to be fair, that kept lower. Feel wise, I felt like I had a bit more control with the 4-iron blade, but that 5-iron stayed lower. I think it's gone a little bit further. Pulled it, but other than that, I'm in a great position now to go for my second shot. Again, distance wise, big difference in distance. 4-iron is here, 5-iron is over the other side of the fairway, but 30 yards further on. Oh, that's not good. That's phenomenal. Out of the rough with that 4-iron, it's a joke how good that shot was. It came out straight like a bullet and has left me in perfect position to now attack the green. However, I've now got the 5-iron out of a similar position on the other side of the fairway, which actually gives me a better angle to attack this green. If I can hit this with a good connection, this should be getting the shot back. Straight at it. Like, that's so much further, so much closer to the green, but the angle now, I may have to chip over a bunker, which is not the greatest shot in the world. Probably best I would have hoped for. So hit up for 3 with both. Pars are good at the moment, I think. Not great. Last hole, pitching wedge with both. Now there's a very, very strong takeaway from this video, but has it got anything to do with the irons? That's the question. It is with wedges that these clubs look massive and I don't like them. But I hit that one a little bit chunky, but the club has saved that shot. Bladed wedge, felt comfortable, hit it pure, pin high, spin, held the green, beautiful. Chunky wedge, didn't feel comfortable, didn't like it, no spin, hit it fat, back of the green because it just rolled on. So par with both. So in essence, blades level par through 3, Dynapower chunky irons +2 through 3. Now, is that a fault of the clubs? Nope. Is that a fault of mine? Yes. And what's the reason? The big takeaway from this is first hole, what saved that blade was a good third shot with my wedges, short game. Then on the par 5, what saved it? A good second putt with the bladed ball, which gave me a par. And then on this hole it was 6 of one, half dozen the other, both with par. So the takeaway is, if you want to lower your handicap, If you want to get better at golf, practice your short game, practice your putting, because that's where you make shots up. I put myself in a good position on the first, a good putt on the second, and then this hole was just, you know, like I said, 6 of one, half dozen the other. Now, does that mean a high handicapper is going to find it easier with blades than the chunky clubs? Absolutely not. I think a good golfer, I'm a 7 single finger handicapper, I can play reasonably well with all clubs, but my confidence is with those smaller looking irons. I feel I've got more control over them. Confidence is a big thing in golf. If you're a high handicapper and you're struggling to get the ball in the air or get it a long distance, then the Dynapower irons are perfect for you. But if you want to get better and if you want to lower your handicap, the big takeaway is practice your short game, practice your putting, because that's where you'll make shots up. I hope you've liked this video. If you have, please subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. See you all soon.